disconnect it.
These lines are like super stiff though.
Just cut them.
Just cut them?
Yeah, I got more. I found a deal on Facebook Marketplace. Came with a Bigfoot Goped and a Zuma scooter. Brian decided he wanted to be the candidate for a Zuma scooter, and we'll do a second video on this GoPro here in a little bit. But first, we're gonna see if this $125 bundle will run as he gets gasoline all over my dog. Okay, you picked a good spot to stand, didn't you? These are hard as a rock, aren't they? I'll just cut them off with the tank, and so I got all these lines. Yeah, you feel that? Yeah, just dump all that inside the parts basket. Oops, sorry, Tom. So this scooter is made by, it says Zuma over here, and I looked them up. And they make from 22 cc's to 49 cc's. And this engine looks like the Zenith, the G4 3L, which is a 49 cc engine that they use on the GSR 40s. It does have only a 10mm carb in there, so it might be 22 cc's. We don't know yet. It's got a gear reduction box. Looks like there's a vent built in here. It's got a dimple inside the top of that screw. So they got gear oil or something in there. We don't have a chain. I think I have one upstairs from an old pocket bike that I had taken apart. It's stuffed in a bin. The fuel tank is full of all the yummy crusties down in there. Most of it I was able to pour out. We're going to ultrasonic this tank and see what it looks like afterwards. And hopefully it comes out yummy and clean. Alright, we're going to scrub this tank first before it goes in the ultrasonic to get the rest of the crud off of it. It's going to keep my water fresh, because I'm not in the mood to carry that thing aside right now. I don't have any water in my garage yet to constantly fill and drain that thing. Ooh, too bad. The ultrasonic cleaning is more to get everything out of the inside that I can't really do by hand. But for those watching my channel who don't know, this is one of my neighbor friends, Brian. He lives right around the corner in the town that I live in. And we ride motorcycles together. It's really weird talking in front of a camera in front of another person. This is gross. This parts washer I use, this is Tractor Supply solvent. It's like 50 bucks for 5 gallons of it, and it works pretty good. It's not the most crazy powerful solvent, but it doesn't evaporate very fast, so it stays inside this tank a lot longer than good solvents. A really good solvent to use is Zep Dynablue. It doesn't leave any oily residue, but it evaporates. Not a juice. Not a final rinse juice. So whenever I ultrasonic a fuel tank, I found it's best if I will first get the solvent out of it. It's best if you take this whole thing and you try to get all the air out of it. That way the ultrasonic sound waves can clean the entire inside of the tank. And let's just hope this is deep enough for this fuel tank. Get out of there. Look at that. No air bubbles. Off to my dungeon. It's in the ceiling. This is where I keep all of my junk. And somewhere up here, I have a whole pocket bike inside of a bin, and I don't know where it is. We're gonna need this for the Bigfoot. Oh man. Ta-ti-ti-ta-ti-ti-ta-ti-ti-ta. See, we got good fuel lines. Let's hope it's the same. We'll knock some links out of it and we'll make it work. All right, let's go. All right, that's done running. So now we are going to pull this out. Oops, see what the insides look like. Looks a little better. Probably needs a little more run time. I might have to scrub some of that out by hand. But yeah, a little bit of junk still down there in the bottom. That's not a big deal though. We'll get that out. We're getting impatient, so we're just gonna try to get this thing on a scooter and get this thing running. So Brian has volunteered himself unwillingly to take this carb apart.
What he's not telling you is I already took these screws out and he's making me do it again for the video.
Yep. I gotta edit that out. Careful peeling that diaphragm off, it might tear.
I'm getting that vibe.
If you think it's gonna tear, I'll do it. Ooh, there's some juice in there, huh?
Yeah.
Is it any good? I might just slide the razor blade under it. Oh, you're dead. Don't go anymore. I'll get it out.
No.
So now to get the next part out, I'm gonna take this little screwdriver here. We're gonna separate it like in here.
Oh.
Right here. Ooh. Damn, that one shouldn't tear. That's gross, dude. Why do you make me touch that?
It is quite gross.
Everything's so slippery after you touch grease.
So slippery.
Have you seen a Mary King on TikTok?
Yes. I've unfortunately seen everything on TikTok.
All right, let's count these turns. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. A little extra just to fucking. God, it's gross. I bet that gasket will still seal with this being torn like this.
Oh, yeah.
Headphone warning for people who don't like the sound of metal touching metal. But this thing has an aluminum barrel in it. I don't know if I said that yet or not. I was surprised to see that. That barrel in there is actually anodized aluminium. And it's pronounced aluminium because there's guys with the weird flag and the T on the other side of the planet are the ones who discovered it first, and they pronounced it aluminium, not aluminum. All right, he's gonna put this on, and we're gonna see what happens. He's finishing putting this thing together, and I already lost my beer. We don't think it needs a slinky for the fuel line, but
we have it, so we're gonna do it.
It's nice though, it'll stop things from kinking. I don't care what you guys say about me for drinking Naturdays, they're delicious. You get on there? Yep. Let's put some race gas in it.
Race gas or no gas?
That's right. Luckily for you, I had a little bit in here.
Just a little bit.
I just want enough just to get that filtered so we can just. Oh man, you know what you gotta hook up? The Freedom cable. This is literally where all the freedom comes from, dude.
Whoa.
This cable separates you.
That is so much freedom.
It separates you from your freedom.
I can't handle this much freedom. My mullet's tingling.
Mullet power, where'd the spring go? Give her a few yanks, see what happens. Not getting enough fuel. And this screwdriver is too caveman for that. Here's my little one.
I was gonna say you had the little one.
Oh, that even turned. Because you got the epoxy in the middle. We might just put the HP carb kit on it tonight. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Where's the air chooch? Smells like engine storage after my crap was sweating in the air. That is just full of epoxy. I have anything to say about it. Broken long enough to reach my neighbor's house. Let's see if we can adjust it through that. First, let's increase the crap out of the idle air. See if we can keep it running. Sounded pretty good though.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Ready?
So the camera died as soon as we got this thing going. Luckily we seen it. We're gonna try to tune this thing. We got the idle. So yeah, let's just give her a yank. Works.
Perfect.
We gotta pull, see if it starts first try. Look at that! Alright, she's a ripper. We got it on camera.
Certified ripper.
We don't know yet. We could put this thing together, take it down the street, and it could get a grenade on us.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's built out of Chinese and it sounds pretty good.
We only need one more screw for the sprocket, you know.
Yeah, missing a couple screws, so it's alright. Alright, so we've identified a name for the scooter that is going to be Brian's, and it's going to be called Chinesium. There's a guy on YouTube, his channel's called AVE, A-V-E, it's Arduino versus something. He's really cool, he does all kinds of he calls them boring old tool reviews, and he takes a lot of tools apart, a lot of new tools, a lot of old tools, and breaks down the wattage and everything, and proves packages wrong. Oh, this is false advertising for this, and this is false. And he actually helps me buy tools with his tool reviews. But he's invented this term that I don't know if he invented it, but I've heard him say it, and he says Chinesium, and it's wonderful because it's the crap that comes out of China is made out of Chinesium. Because
you mean Harbor Freight?
Cheap quality, yeah, cheap quality anything. He calls it Chinesium, and, and that thing is a product of China. It's behind the Kawasaki, but it's a product of China. It's called Zuma, but it's covered in Chinesium. Anyway, back to what we're doing. So this Bigfoot, it came in the $125 scooter deal. The front tire has a go-kart slick on it that is heavily worn in the center, probably from it being overfilled like crazy. This is a original Bigfoot tire, what it should look like, the original knobbies that they came with. As far as it looks, this thing is 100% stock except for the Jet Pro pipes. Still has the original brakes with plenty of pad left. It's got the K&N pancake filter that's been smushed. Oh man, I'm getting my angles all wrong. Sorry everybody. So it's got the pancake filter that's been smushed, and these engines actually are on a spring. So they raise up and down, and the tensioner is way too tight because I should be able to move this a lot easier. And when that mechanism goes bad, the cable goes in down here, and it ties back on that mount. Anyway, when you come to a stop, you lift the motor up off the tire because it's spindle driven, and then when you want to take off again, you let the motor down, and the spindle hits the tire, and you take off. Oh Jesus! Sorry. So anyway, that is broken and missing. So what a lot of people do is they end up standing on the air filter to get enough tension for these things to actually run right, which explains why it's smushed on the top half and not the bottom half, because they're just putting their foot on it. It's got the old school Jet Pro pipe, and these are notorious for actually cracking the cases because they bolt right to it. And it actually break the whole fan cover half of the engine off. But I like the pipe because it's old school and it's got a really cool wrap to it. It's even got a built-in silencer. We are gonna see if it runs. First, we're gonna put air in the tires, just for a safe measure. The tire's in backwards, the valve stem sounds like it's hitting. Or the bearings are shot. Either way, we are gonna relocate this camera and get going.
I look goofy, I feel goofy, I am goofy.
I gave you the hammer for this side. The metric standard crescent adjustable hammer. Why are you beeping? I'm still recording. SIM card full? SD card. Why? I think are crooked now. Alright, you wanna take that apart?
Sure.
Mini skadoosh. Dude, I gotta put the rocket launcher on my channel.
What? Oh, the Skadoosher 5000? That just gets you?
Why is that sharp?
Nice.
Why are we working on tires when we don't even know this runs yet? Ouch.
Because it's important, because if we get it running, you're just going to hop on it and go rip down the street, I guarantee it.
Blow it up.
So we may as well know that it has air in the tires before that happens.
I know, I'm really good with just firing things up cold and going full send. Especially when they're full of race gas.
Yeah.
It's just expensive, don't waste it.
Hey man, check out my dirt bike while I do 60 around my yard.
That's all I'm here. Oh man. I'm
just gonna send it.
I know, I wheelied like the whole side of my house the last time I had it out. I didn't mean to, it just kind of happened. So these are 2-piece wheels. This kind of stuff. Easy!
Oh, could you imagine trying to bust those tires?
Yeah.
Off those tiny little rims?
Off like an actual rim?
That would be terrible. I'd just buy a whole rim tire combo.
Watch me stab myself in the belly. Wow, these are like legit though. Kendo.
Yeah, it's legit not a front tire.
It's tubeless, but there's a tube in it and it's crooked. You stab myself in the pecker.
I don't know about you, but I would not want to ride this thing with that tire on the front.
I might put it on the back.
I mean, on the back, sure.
Yeah, let's put it on the back. We'll make a drag Bigfoot with a slick. The faster you go, the hotter your tire gets, and the more spindle traction you get.
All that thing tells me is hydroplane.
Well, you can't ride these in the rain anyway.
Sure you can.
It's friction drive. You can ride that in the rain. You're gonna have a clutch in the chain, a wet back.
I mean, you can still ride, you just won't go as fast.
Wet back. Watch this not even be the right tube. It's probably not. That's why it's crooked. Yeah, it's not even the right tube for a scooter. The angle is going straight versus sideways. Oh man, I have one in the archives.
In the archives? Do you want me to clear the path to the archives?
Nope.
We're just gonna send it.
We'll get air in it. We'll take it apart later. We're wasting valuable memory card storage on the stupid tire.
Well, you know,
Sorry,
you're starting a YouTube channel and you're starting out with small memory cards.
Shut up. And I was telling my brother about his channel, and he has like.
Why don't you try and put a little bit of air, or hook up the. Hook it up while it's loose.
I'm gonna do this. I'll put this back together and then hook air to it, so that way when I put air to it, it doesn't blow a rim half into my face.
You don't like rims in your face?
No. I can't wait to make bed bed tonight. I'm so tired.
Maybe you'll actually go to bed.
I won't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to direct. Here come all the public comments.
Should use alcohol as a reason to go to bed.
Yeah, here's a reason to get up.
Ooh.
What? What, alcohol to get up? Nah,
Yeah.
I can't do that. I drive a company vehicle every day.
I know.
You kidding me? I can only drink on home.
I had a customer the other day try and offer me some moonshine. I'm like, bro, I'd love to take it, but I'm in a company vehicle and my luck I will get hit on the way home.
Yeah. And it'd be your fault because
Yep.
of alcohol in your system.
Uh-huh.
That's the way the law works.
Well, no, it's just being my van, my supervisor would be there, and it's just not worth my paycheck.
Oh, I agree. I don't know, I've been such a better person driving a commercial vehicle every day.
Ever since you left Reno?
I became a better person in Reno.
No, you didn't.
I did. I partied the first 4 years of it, but that 5th year, I'm like, get me out of here. I want to go home. I gotta be good.
You just farted. I heard it.
How much air can this even hold? Max inflation 50 psi. I would never put 50 psi in a slick. We'll do 30. Get off! It rounds up a little bit.
A little bit.
That is for sure going on the back of this, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, it looks like it was on the back. See how there's grooves in it?
Yeah, you can see it right there.
It's going to go back on the back. They probably put it on the front because they're probably having traction problems riding through the yard with it.
Does it have a hole?
Place one day. Dude, the fuel tank looks good.
Really?
Yeah. Armor ball feels good. Here we go,
Full set.
I got like an ounce of race gas left. I gotta go somewhere to get some. Dude, this thing starts without doing anything to it besides putting air in the tire that we didn't have to do. I'm gonna be impressed. Is that thing still actively pushing water out?
Yeah, I told you it was bubbling.
It makes me nervous. That thing did cut me.
The socket?
Yeah. That's my 14, so it gets abused. That's it? That's all I get?
Somebody ripped the cord a couple of times, huh?
I can probably start with that. Look at this air filter. I might have to choke it. Now look at that.
That's maximum airflow.
Maximum pancake. Is that Colleen Sharpie? I think I stole her Sharpie last night. I'm already in trouble.
Yep.
The good fuel just runs out of it.
Yeah. Ooh. Check the plug.
It fired. I ain't checked no damn plug. Look, everything on this thing's out of whack. Ugh, like the idle is turning all the way. It shouldn't be that high. Whatever. Throttle cable's even bent. Kind of returns. This is the important screw on these. We'll run this out a little bit, see what happens. Sorry.
Oh, you're right.
No, you're trying to be helpful.
You're not used to a co-host.
Well, it runs like shit. Only runs wide open and not at idle. Alright, ran wide open, right? Let's try wide open again. Wide open and die. gonna give it a lot more fuel. Bet. So like as these carbs rotate, they lift up, so it like increases your fuel ratio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wedge something under there. Ooh. This thing is all kinds of jacked up. Alright, we gotta clean this car. Ah! Got the back brake in case it runs away.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find a good way to hold it.
Oh my god.
It doesn't help with that short ass pull cord.
Yeah, I think this carb's shot. I need to refill it. That's where it just falls off. Oh, it's going like that. Coil is back. Denso.
Dunzo, more like it.
Where's the other Chinese one I had sitting out here? It said Oregon on it. There it is. I think it's from China.
So first we had a Dunzo, now we have an Oregon.
I hurt it so bad.
Really?
One there. Yeah, I got a headache. I like the kill switch.
Yeah, do you want your fuel lines touching the bike?
I'll fix it later. Okay.
Well, I pulled them away while it was running.
It's not a today problem. Keep these where I get to it.
Run away?
We'll cut the wall out.
Just made a spark plug. I'm not gonna trip the spark plug.
Kill switch is grounded somewhere.
Probably shouldn't have been so bad, huh? We wouldn't get grounded.
That Denso probably would have ran just fine.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
2 for 2. Kill switch is grounded. 2 for 2.
I want to see it go to the end of the driveway and back.
Open the door.
That wasn't hard.
It might not be going anywhere.
What?
Neck band was seized. Wait, you need a throttle return spring first.
Why are you so worried about the throttle returning?
I gotta go to work. I have a random can seen a WD laying around somewhere?
I did not see one.
We're gonna WD this thing.
You got PB?
Give me it. Oh my god, it's on there. How's that feel? Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm gonna do this when this thing's hot.
You don't need to return this.
Dude, I gotta go. I mean, you're probably right. I could just stall it with the brakes, but if I just get the kink out of this, it probably work just fine. You're in the tires, right? Grab that thing off the wall. Oh, what time is it?
It is late. 9:50.
Start. I didn't push out hard enough. I think my other one's faster. And the brakes, like, they don't work at all. Sounds good. It does. All right, 2 for running and 1 for riding. It's cold.
You got it started. You rode it.
Mhm.
Might have been a slug, but it rode. Mine runs. Does not move.
Well, if you're free tomorrow, we'll pop the chain off that and see if it's long enough for that. Or at least see if it's the right size chain.
If we can find out what size, then we can just buy any chain.
Well, we get on DDM and buy the biggest chain and just knock some links out.
Right, right. That's what we need to do is just figure out the size.
Yeah, what the number chain it is.
Yeah. But this is a success.
I agree.
2 running scooters. I've only been here since about what, 7?
I gotta remember to zip tie a few lines off the pipe.
Yeah, please do that. It is 9:52.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. All right, good. A lot to do now. I think we're gonna continue on. The next video is probably gonna be that thing, getting a chain
And a brake lever.
and a brake lever, and it's first test ride, hopefully with some daylight. But daylight savings came to rape all of us. And then we might touch off on this one, chasing that one. Like, I can ride it like this.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
ride it across town like that. I got a zip tires.
We'll do a true first ride with both scooters.
Yeah. Yeah, all haggled together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, are they going to be great? Probably not.
But is it gonna be fun? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll touch off on all those stacked up behind me too. I did a video on each one of those. I gotta put them all together and edit it so you guys can see all my scooters, because this is number 6 in my collection. It would be 7, but he's getting that one. And I might just give it to him for him helping me work on these things. Let's see how much the highest mile an hour I can get with this pipe.
All right.
So here's
With or without silencer?
That's gonna have a silencer. I like my neighbors. Here's the idea. I'm gonna fully build this LH. It's gonna get ported, time advance key like flywheel, stuffed crankcase. I'm probably gonna eliminate the cylinder gasket to increase the squish level. So I get the HP carb kit. Hi.
Row raggy.
I mean, I love it. Here, love you.
But you're only allowed to do this after we do our Le Mans race because then
But yeah,
no contest.
It's gonna get the traditional, the first gen HP carb for this thing, which is the hardest to tune because they don't idle with that carb. You just gotta have the low so rich that it won't idle at all, even with the idle air screw all the way in. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I can do to it at that point. Stick a RC, the newer RC coil on it. People say it gives you a hotter spark. I can't really see a difference. And we'll see how fast it goes. It's gonna get.
You should refinish this too.
I don't care about that.
What?
Just stand on it. I don't care. That one's got the original wood on it. I always had the original wood.
Mine's got diamond plate.
You got diamond plate. You're gonna slip off. You're gonna pummel and fall off. So yeah, we'll fully build a stock LH with stock compression, and then I got a head kit cylinder upstairs. I'll put a head kit on it with this pipe and just top this thing out.
I like this pipe personally.
Yeah,
I think it looks really good.
But the series ones, there's like the expansion chamber was engineered for the displacement of these little engines. This is the expansion chamber here. I mean, it works. It's just small. And like that was what's called a center bleed. So you want your exhaust outlet to be like 50 or 60% of your exhaust area in the center of the fattest part of the pipe for the sonic wave to work the best, to have the best power gain, which is why those center bleeds work so good versus an end bleed like this. So center bleed bleeds out the center, end bleed would be from the end.
Right.
So this is considered an end bleed. And end bleeds on smaller machines don't make as much torque as a center bleed. And then I got a really fat center bleed upstairs. That thing's like twice the size of that one. I want to put it on the chainsaw.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
But a really cool hot saw. But yeah, fully build the LH.
Let's do it.
This one still has a kickstand. I don't remember my kickstand. It's long gone. Anyway, that's today's video. See you again.
Sometime.